My name is Madelyn. I was born 10 weeks early without my left arm, and here's a video on how I knit a scarf with a loom. I normally, when I make a scarf, get about 104 yards length or 100 yards minimum, but I would go bigger if you can. Just makes it easier to knit with and you get a larger scarf. Okay, to get the yarn onto the loom, we have to create a slip knot. When I first started knitting, the slip knot was the most difficult thing, and I made it so much more difficult than it actually was. Now it's just extremely easy, and I don't know why I made it so difficult. Excuse me. Okay. I'm going to take this end, to the end of the yarn, and bring it over to this side so we create a X in the middle. Then I'm going to take this side and bring it over. Once I bring it over, I'm going to stick my hand underneath this middle part that we have. I'm going to hold this end with my toe and hold this end with my other toe. And we're going to pull it tight onto 2 fingers. Once we pull it pretty tight onto the 2 fingers, I'm going to continuously hold it. I'm going to grab the loom, and there's an end peg on the loom. We are going to set it on top of here. Once we set it on top of there, we're just going to pull this. Once we pull it onto there tight, that is free to go. We're just going to leave that on there for now. I would leave a pretty big tail, about ruler length, 12 inches. Excuse me. Onto just a tail, because we're going to have to weave this in later, towards the end. Okay, let's get started to actually making our first row. We are going to go 8 peg lengths down. That is about the size that I use for a scarf length. It makes a decent sized scarf. If you have skinnier yarn, I would do it about 9 pegs. Okay, because we're going to go this way down first. We're going to wrap it on this side of the peg. We're going to go around the first peg. This peg. I'm just going to go slow. I don't know really how to explain it otherwise than just showing you guys. Side of the peg. We're going to go 8. Halfway there. I wouldn't pull it like really tight, but I also wouldn't leave it so loose that it could easily fall off. You want to have a pretty decent tug on it. And that's 8, right? Yeah, okay, 8. Once I get 8, I'm going to just push the yarn down. Once I push it down, it should be on the bottom of the peg. That gives you more of a visual view. Okay. Now on this peg, majority of the time on this peg and on this peg, your corners, diagonal corners, you only will have one strand, like one loop on it majority of the time. There's like a few times where you have to have 2 on there, but just if you're doing something wrong if you have 2 loops in a row that are constantly there on those pegs. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, you are going to now, because we're going to go this way down, we're going to wrap on this side of the pegs. So, go on this side. I can't really explain this one either. It's just the same thing as we did before. If it makes it easier, you can flip it around and do it on this side. I just find it easier just to hold it one way. Go down. Go slow. Sorry, I kind of went kind of fast. I can actually go really fast at this, but for this video I'll just go slow. In the next video I'll show you how fast it can be. Okay, once we get down to the last loop, we're gonna just loop this around the end knot to hold it. We're gonna flip it on its side, and we have to bring the bottom over the top. And for this peg, it's going to secure it in place. So I'm gonna take this, the bottom one. This one's the hardest one to get over. We're going to go to the bottom one and bring it over the top. Now we're going to do this all the way down and all the way on this side. And we're just going to leave it there. It's just going to stay. My hand's in the way, I'm sorry. There we go. Once we do it on this side, we are going to flip it around. And remember, there's not a second one on this pack. You're gonna go down. Once we do that, I'm just gonna give it a little push on down. So now they're all on the bottom. That is how you create your first row in a scarf. Tune back into my other video to see how I create the remainder length of the scarf. Hopefully this helped you. Thanks for watching. Bye.